Hello, and welcome to my office. I'm Melissa Gracia Chisholm. I'm a licensed speech pathologist, voice, swallow, airway expert, a executive speaking coach, a chronic cough educator, endoscopy mentor, and I would love to help you. But first, I wanted to tell you a little bit about my journey. So when I was 18 years old, after studying my own voice all my life as a singer, I went to a music college, Berklee College of Music. And there I got to see the vocal cords in action as they were teaching us young singers how to take care of our voice throughout the semester. It was my first time being able to see vocal cords. And I just thought that was so amazing and fascinating. I had to learn more. So I went to grad school for speech pathology. I actually changed my major and decided I want to be a voice specialist in the area of therapy. So when I was out of grad school, I suffered my own vocal trauma while I was leading worship in my church band. I had the drums playing behind me, and it was really loud and noisy. And all of a sudden, I heard a pop on my vocal cords. Now, my backup singers didn't know what happened because there was no voice coming out of me. So they quickly had to lead the song. Well, when I got off stage, I was crying, but no voice was coming out. And I suddenly realized something was terribly wrong. I went to an ENT, and that is an ear, nose, and throat doctor. And right away, she put a little camera in my nose and then saw that I had suffered a vocal hemorrhage. Well, that was it. I couldn't sing for about 6 weeks. I had to take off of work for about 2 weeks, unable to speak at all. Now that caused a financial burden because I had to take time off of work. And at the time, I was not a voice specialist. See, voice specialty actually takes mentorship, takes guidance after grad school. And there was nobody in my area to guide me on that journey. So I had to learn on my own. And I started to work with the doctors, with those ENT doctors. First, I was in a skilled nursing facility, treating the elderly, treating someone who suffered from a stroke or dementia, that have swallow issues, but also speech issues. Now, the population of Parkinson's disease became near and dear to my heart. I noticed that they all had the same voice characteristics, that they became soft, and I would help them get loud again. My journey started in a variety of settings, including hospitals, outpatient clinics, and there I landed into ENT clinics and started to learn from the doctors, as I said. They taught me how to use the scope, which is a little endoscopy flexible scope that we put in the nose and look at the vocal cords. See, no speech pathologist in my area was trained to do that at the time where I was working. So they became my mentors, the doctors. And I was able to work alongside them during procedures, which would be vocal cord injections or biopsies. And it was really exciting. I enjoyed my time in corporate healthcare. 2 years ago, my son Caden was diagnosed with leukemia. He was only 8 years old at the time, and I knew he needed to be my number one patient. And the high demands of working in the ENT clinic and the hospitals was too much to bear when it came to all of the needs that Caden would have for doctor's appointments. And I didn't want to cancel work where 16 patients could be affected. So I decided that I would leave my clinic and my stable, steady job that I had worked so hard at. Now this is after 13 years experience in the field, and I felt like I was equipped to be able to leave and start something on my own. Well, I remember that during the pandemic, I had taken a side job in teaching voice disorders at a university level online. And that equipped me for learning about technology and how important it is to create a model when we're working with real patients. And there was not many resources out there for these students to follow, because here was a time the world was shut down and they weren't allowed to come into clinics for their externships to learn from licensed speech pathologists just as myself. So I realized I have 13 years experience, all compiled into this notebook and therapy techniques. And it was time to get it out there into the online community. So I looked at some YouTube videos, and there's some really great information out there, but there's also some really not so evidence-based information out there, meaning there's no evidence that it actually works to help your voice. And I had put out a YouTube video for my patients just before the pandemic. And at this time, when I circled back to YouTube, I saw that my videos were over 1 million views compiled. So that tells me that people are out there like you, searching for good, credible information that is going to help them restore their voices. And that's when I said, we need more videos from experts like me. And there we go. Born was my voice empowerment elite mentorship community. I'm looking forward for you to join me in a live platform where I'm bringing my office to you. So it's a community for speech pathologists or people that are using their voice that are struggling with hoarseness, maybe chronic cough, maybe a weak voice, maybe a voice that's too high or too low for them. This is a platform where you can see self-guided videos over 4 hours, along with worksheets and bonuses for all those speech pathology students, but also established clinicians that might just not have the resources available to them. In that bonus is research articles. There's an endoscopy PowerPoint presentation on how to interpret laryngeal pathologies. There's also examples of documentation, goals, and therapy smart phrases, all for you. So I say that every voice deserves to be heard. And if you need to be heard in a more clear, substantial voice that commands an audience, and you're struggling with vocal efficiency at the end of the day, you're feeling fatigued, and your voice sounds kind of froggy and cracking, this community is for you. If you're a speech pathologist that needs to learn more about how to work with voice patients in your office, then this community is for you. Let me tell you about the live coaching that is crucial to this community. So not only are you given all of these resources and videos for self-guidance, but weekly there are live coaching opportunities for you to jump on a call, a video, to learn more, to ask questions, to interact, to actually go through therapy with real patients. It's a platform where the patients will meet the mentees and the voice experts will bring them together, all together on the Voice Empowerment Elite Mentorship Program, where you'll see me and my team from Voice Rehab. There is no program out there like this. You see, healthcare cuts are really paying a toll on patients receiving the care that they deserve and they need. Access is being denied but I have solved that problem with our empowerment community. This is a very affordable monthly subscription where you can tune in for the cost of less than what you might pay as a self-pay visit in the office. Of course, we need to have endoscopy, you need to see your ENTs, and there's some places that you just have to go to because you might need some physical touch. But we'll talk about physical touch in my community as well. And it's so important to be always guided by a licensed speech pathologist and a voice, swallow, airway expert such as myself. So what are you waiting for? Come on, join our community, come check it out, and I cannot wait to meet you and learn more about your story and your journey. So eliminate vocal fatigue, eliminate the questions and the mystery around voice, and let's get going on my community. I'll see you soon.